Yeah, we're live.
So, Derrick, do you think people should be able to pay for sex? Do you think that should be illegal? Or do you think that should be a legal thing that we should be able to do?
Yeah.
How come?
Well, I mean, it's already legal.
Are you that lonely in life, Derrick? You just kind of want to just get it over with?
You know, there's a thing where like, you know, your points make logical sense, you know what I'm saying? And then people would just bash your character. That's how I feel.
I'm just asking. Hey, I'm just asking.
They didn't even let me speak.
I'm
too.
just
That's the fucking They didn't even let me speak.
I'm just asking him. I was just asking. Go on, though.
But yeah, it's already like legal in like New York. I think another state. I don't want to say the state wrong, where people go, Derrick said it was legal. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, in other countries it's legal as well. It's just like, we already pay for sex anyways. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, New York definitely. Nevada is the only U.S. jurisdiction allowed to have some legal prostitution.
Nah, New York just legalized it. Yeah, I mean, we can search up the article, you know, whatever. But like, so it's already like, we already pay for sex as it is, as like a society. You know, time is your most valuable asset. Think about it, right? Like, hear me out.
I am. That's why I'm letting you talk.
So,
you
like,
just pause.
When you go to pay for an iPhone, you pay for what? With money?
Yeah.
Right? And so you use money in exchange for time. So 14 hours at my job is, you know, X amount of money.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, time is the most valuable asset and money's secondary. You know what I'm saying? So,
because you need time to make money.
Exactly. Everything revolves around time. You know, if I want someone to build the house for me, I pay them X amount of money to be worth his time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because money is seen as an equal good because we can barter with it easier. So time is your most valuable asset as a man, as a person. So if we're already spending time on these females, right, and money and resources to get eventually sex, sometimes my time is more valuable, in my opinion, where I can just cut off all the bullshit. Because sometimes you got these men that are dating these women, and they're not necessarily dating them to, you know, foster a relationship, build, you know, cohabit, build that. They just want the sex, and these bitches are getting broken because you got Chad coming along. You know,
oh, you gotta be Chad. That's too close because you got more Philip. You got Philip coming along.
Yeah, you got Philip on Enrique.
Fuck you, Philip.
You know, whispering sweet thoughts into their ears, just
sweet
smash,
nothings.
and then they're gone.
Oh, mama, let me whisper in your ear.
So, like, that's just how it is. I mean, that's a reality. So, if men could pay for sex, then it's just like, you know.
So you just want to be able to cut out all that shit and just hand a bitch a $50 bill and smash real quick, essentially. You don't want to have to do all that extra nonsense.
We technically do it, just with some extra wasted time. Like, think about it. When you do a booty call, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You waste 34 minutes of talking, even though you're not really paying for it. You wasting your time.
I thought a booty call was, hey, you up? Yeah. What you doing?
Yeah, well,
nothing.
like,
come over.
So the way bitches are built.
30 minutes of talking, bitch. Just 3 lines.
So, like, not like when they get there, you can't just like, oh, you gotta build the mood and shit. Like, you know, that's why Netflix and chill, right? Because bitches ain't really trying to watch the movie. It's
no,
like,
you gotta.
It's
cuddle.
10 minutes of the movie.
You gotta cuddle.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's time.
True.
But with a stripper, or not even a stripper, but like, you know,
a prostitute.
Yeah, prostitute. No, I was gonna say like a sexual servant or some shit like
that. That sounds.
But.
Prostitute somehow sounds better than that. Sexual servant.
No, it's a sex worker. That's what I was going to say.
There you go. Sexual servant.
Like, because a sex worker. Because not all...
my sex slave.
Because not all, like, sexual favors are just, like, you know... Somebody might just want a blowjob or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a sex worker, right?
Yeah.
You pay them. There's no... Oh, so how's your kid? Blah, blah, blah. No, you do it in that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're good. It's like... I mean, that's how I feel. What about yourself? Now you're in the hot seat, motherfucker.
I mean, honestly, yeah. I've never seen a problem. If you want to sell your body, and you know, if you're a female or a male, you want to sell your body to make money. You know, if you enjoy sex, you want to go do it. You know, obviously, be responsible. That's always the thing I preach. You know, be responsible about it. You know, protection, all that. Make sure you're not, you know, you're being safe. You know, you got pepper spray on you if you need it. You know what I'm saying? But I've never seen a problem with it. And if somebody, I mean, to me personally, because I mean, I get what you're saying with time and how your time is also your money and all that shit. But like, to me, that's just kind of like a waste. Like, I mean, I don't know, if a guy wants to go and spend $100 and go smash a girl, then I mean, he can do that. If he wants to do that 4 times a week, bitch, that's $400.
I'm not. You talk about sexual deviance. Like, nigga, I'm just talking about what's in the blue moon. Like, cause honestly, like I have a high sex.
So you talk okay. So you're talking about you can beat off for like for a couple weeks, and then once in a while you just need some pussy. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, cause like
then,
as a man I can take care of myself, but sometimes I just need the extra.
I got you.
Like. Females can do that same thing as
well. But my answer is still the same. Yeah, I still think people should. I don't think people should, but I think it should be. Legal.
The option to, because I mean they did it in older times. It seemed to work. And then
brothels were a booming business.
Instead of talking about just the goods, I think we should accept the bads as well. Like where people will get like I want to say kidnapped into the industry. But I forgot the
pimps. Yeah, like how. Yeah.
Well, like how like they'll sell underage kids and get them to to do stuff like that. I mean they do that as it is now. Mm-hmm. But I feel like if it's legalized, we can have a set of standards and things like that, where it gets to the point where what I'm saying, each one of these organizations that are partaking in the business will have like regulations and things like mandatory background checks for the girls, consent forms, blah blah blah. So that way it'll be safer for the the females as well, and so not just being kidnapped in this industry.
So you're thinking that instead of pimps like persons, there should be pimps as in organizations.
Yeah, because it can be regulated. So like there's still going to be evil in the world, but it could be a lesser evil. You know what I'm saying? Because like
you call it we the pimps. Or we the hoes.
Well, no, like so
pimps, hoes, and Eskimos.
Like so, like
that's what I would call my business.
There's a thing where look, I try to have a serious topic, but
I'm trying to get into the senior setting.
Yeah, but so like
I'm trying to be.
So kids and females get kidnapped, right?
Correct.
And
all the time.
Yeah, and then
Florida's the third highest human trafficking state.
Yeah, human trafficking. And it leads.
We're almost at number 1. We're getting there.
And it leads into like sex work, right? That's what they normally do. They either turn them to mules when it comes to like pumping drugs across the border. Mm-hmm. They turn them to stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But it was legalized, right? In order for the girl to work in this business, she has to have a background check to make sure she wasn't kidnapped nowhere. You know what I'm saying? She has to have a legal consent form. You know what I'm saying? Like where she signs. Because that's after the background check, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I still feel like, yeah, you can do that, but just like any corporation, there's still going to be people at the top who still are going to abuse their power, and then they're still going to end up being mules and shit, and it's just going to be a bigger, like, I understand what you're saying, but I feel like it's going to be a bigger mess, because if you take, for example, I don't know, maybe something recently that just happened, like Epstein's Island, all the big wigs, those are very high-powered people, you know what I'm saying? And they're doing that. So if it's legalized, then they're just going to be doing that, but they're just going to be posting pictures on fucking Twitter.
But if they post a picture on Twitter, right, they're going to see a girl's face and like, oh, she was kidnapped, because they're going to get caught, into normalization and action by slipping up that way.
Yeah, but if you accuse Joe Biden of kidnapping, what's going to happen? Do you think Joe Biden's going to go and you're going to go to court and that's going to play out in front of a jury?
No,
you're gonna get shot and dumped in the ocean.
No, that's like, so when you do certain things, right? When you expose like criminals and stuff, you gotta be smart.
When you expose certain people, you can expose just some bummy ass nigga who.
So I would hop on YouTube with a mask. You know what I'm saying? I would Facebook. I would flood the market, because it's gonna take a while for things.
Are you anonymous? What the fuck was
that? Yeah, you be anonymous. Well, you have to be anonymous, or your life is at risk. No, like dead ass. Like if you're gonna expose them and shit, you're gonna have to be anonymous. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, like the mask is just like an example.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. I was just making fun.
Yeah, fuck you, nigga. That's how I feel. Fuck you, nigga. Okay, look. So you go in like into the situation anonymous, right? You pay for ads on the forums and shit like that. I mean, there's different ways like to pay for it without having like leading a trail. But I'm not gonna teach y'all criminal activities. That's not my job. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to expose something, right? You expose it through this and you start pushing it, or you send it to people that have protection, right? Mm-hmm. Because certain people are bulletproof, like, you know what I'm saying? Because they built that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can't attack certain banks, because they got foundations and protections to stop that. Like when Twitter was about to get taken down, right? By this one app, right? It was up and coming, and then because Twitter did some scandalous shit, Apple took the one app that was up and coming, and so did Android. They took the app off the market and said, "Oh, they had some problems, so they couldn't be on our, marketplace fast so people could download it." Mm-hmm. So that's how Twitter, got back, into its good standing because you couldn't use the app. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So like, they have
TikTok.
The
TikTok TikTok almost went down.
Well, TikTok's different. That's more like a conspiracy thing about China and they're spying on us and stuff like that.
Shouts out to China.
But say if you're Walmart, right?
Okay.
And I come out with this new store that's gonna take over Walmart, right? Mm-hmm. But Walmart has lobbyists and backers and stuff like that, where they can, shut my store down. Oh, they had health, violations, blah blah blah, because they have that protection, that support. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So as a newcomer, you gotta ease your way into the market.
You gotta grease some pockets.
Well, that too. Like, money speaks. You feel me? But you got to have connections and powerful backgrounds yourself before you can be allowed entry. That's why they're called gatekeepers, for a reason. So, I mean, that's how I feel. And
well, still, even the gatekeepers of hell, you just flip them a coin and they take you on that boat ride.
Nah, I think hell just... I think the gates of hell just stopped accepting people. Like, because it gets to a point where it's too fucked up for hell. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like...
What would be too fucked up for hell? I feel like...
Well, you gotta think. Some of these people are going to hell, in quote unquote biblical speak, right?
Yeah.
Like they're going to hell, but they're just like so annoying for hell. Where it's just like.
So let me ask you. So where do they go if they don't go to hell? Because they definitely can't be going to heaven. If their first destination was hell, you can't just be like,
So I think if it was like a tourist destination, you know what I'm saying? Like, so heaven would be quote unquote the Bahamas, right?
Okay.
And hell will be the other side of the Bahamas where they don't show you, right?
Okay.
And then I think the people would go is to like the slums, like where there's just nobody there, like, and they're all into like a little purgatory by themselves, and they got to deal with each other. So like it's like a bunch of Karens, right?
So you think there's three places? You think there's heaven, hell, and then the slums?
The things that hell doesn't want. You know what I'm saying? The castaways.
So how many? Okay. Well, do you think that heaven had to open its acceptance rules because of as times change and everybody just sins nowadays?
Nah.
So you think there's
all y'all niggas go to hell.
So yeah, so that's why. So do you think that just nobody's been in heaven for? There's like one person that goes to heaven every 3 years.
I feel like
imagine
because like
then hell would be pretty fucking fun.
Hell would be.
Hell seems like it's because at one point if there's that many people down in
freedom in hell though.
I mean you don't have
look, but like so you're expecting like concrete rules to change, but it's not. So like God just sitting there watching y'all motherfuckers like.
Yeah, but I feel like with all those people in hell, because you gotta think about it. Probably since I don't even know. Probably since I don't know. Probably since like the cowboy and western days, everybody's just been going to hell.
Yeah, it's been
so
going to
hell is a fucking party. Like Satan's down there. Obviously, he can control everybody, but I mean, he has to see what he's got going on down there. He's like, hey, we pumping out here.
Nah, so I feel like Satan.
And then he can definitely have a better because there's this competition. I feel like between heaven and hell, and I feel like if Satan was a smart businessman, which I feel like he could definitely have the potential of being, he would round up, he would have all those people and then he would market hell better because, you got all those people down there and Hitler's a bad person. Bin Laden's a bad person. They're all bad people, but throw some music, have different sections, different clubs, throw some clubs up in hell and you have some, strobe lights, the music's bumping. Hell could be a lot better than heaven.
Well, I'm going to tell you now, you see, people think Satan's free. Satan is God's little bitch, okay? Like, he's a kid that got punished. He's on timeout right now. God said, look, you did some bad shit.
Exactly. And
so you going to sit in this corner and
when I'm on timeout, I make the best of timeout. So I was on timeout one time when I was a kid, and I made a mess of my room with some baby powder. I was having a good time.
Not when an adult supervising you.
Well, you don't get supervised on timeout. That's the thing. You just go in timeout.
You think God's not watching Satan? So you gonna look that?
Well, he has to. He's looking down and saying, "Why are all those people down there? Maybe I should loosen up a little bit."
Nah, God gives you his freedom.
He's got 4 people in heaven since 1816, and then there's 75 billion people in hell since that time. And he's like, "Well, shit, And then he hears the music at night.
I'm not real religious and stuff, but
this is a good party.
Like from what I interpreted from like God's message and the Bible and stuff. This nigga, you definitely go to hell too. That's why. This nigga trying to make up his own hell.
No, man, that was what I was saying. That was Hitler in the club. That's what I was. That's what that impression was.
Hey, bro, what's be mad? Cause like, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause like, not all Jewish people are going to heaven. So it's like, the ones that go to hell, they see Hitler. He must be sweating.
Well, do you think
3 million is like a lot of people?
Oh, jeez. That's a lot of you.
You know what I mean?
Oh no! Hey, look, I'm sorry, very sorry. No, I think that now. Let me ask you this: do you think that certain people in hell have certain levels and privileges? Like, do you think Hitler has certain protections? Because I mean, do you think that the devil wants you to do bad doings and shit like that? Evil. He wants you to commit evil acts. So do you think that Hitler's like one of Satan's like right hand man?
Hell no. So.
No pun intended.
So like, all right. So I'm gonna give you my little, psyche when it comes to heaven, right?
Okay.
So I think Satan is a jealous person, right? Mm-hmm. And he also is almost like a narcissistic in a way where he believes that he's above humans, right? So what the devil's thing to do is to corrupt humans, right? Mm-hmm. He likes to see them fall. He wants to see you fall from greatness to hell, just like he did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he takes enjoyment out of corrupting humans. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So the more corrupt you are, like the more you fall in, he doesn't have a respect for you. You're his tools, his puppeteer. You know what I'm saying? It's utter disdain for humans, right? And that's Satan's job, to corrupt humans and keep on corrupting them. And God's just over here like, I gave you freedom of choice, and I'm just going to pick the ones that took that choice.
But can we be honest for a second? I mean, God's rules are kind of lame. Like, everything's a fucking sin. Everything.
Well, then that's what.
But then also, you can, because I've asked this question when I went to church. I was a little church boy one day in my life. You can just ask the Lord for forgiveness before you die, and then in the Bible, like, that works. Yeah. So, like, Hitler could be in heaven if he just renounced himself to the Lord real quick.
But I think
that doesn't make that was one thing that never made any sense to me. So like, I just go out like Ted Bundy in the electric chair, and then he just renounces himself to Jesus real quick, and then he's up there killing all the motherfucking angels.
The thing is, like, the big word is belief and faith, right? You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to test your words; they're going to test your faith. How much do you believe that he's going to forgive your sins? Now, you truly believe that, which is hard to do if you technically don't repent.
Well, I mean, not really, because if you're a sociopath, like a lot of these serial killers and stuff are, you already think that you didn't really do anything. I mean, most of them don't think they really did anything bad.
So if you didn't think you were wrong, why would you repent? You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't believe the actual, like, statement that you're making. Because you don't believe you did anything wrong, why am I going to, like, if I don't think I did something wrong, I'm not going to say sorry. Or I'm going to say sorry just to appease the masses. But technically, I don't really feel that. So that's the same thing. He's not going to test your words. He's going to test your faith and your belief.
I just think he's lame.
From my opinion. Because I'm not Christian. And some people say, if you're not something, you're not qualified to talk about it, which is false. But guess what?
Chicken butt.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you gotta get really immature and shit just to show, like, how stupid the arguments are. So
like, shit.
But I mean, it's like a lot of people are just fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's like a lot of people are either disingenuous or just don't give a fuck. And then
you could tell.
Yeah.
Some people, you can read it and tell. That's why you can sort out fake people and real people, because some people, For example, like, today is your birthday. Happy birthday to Derrick, everybody. And it's also Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Derrick. But when people wish you a happy birthday, you can tell who means it, who doesn't mean it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the nigga who hasn't hit you up since your last birthday, you can tell he's just saying happy birthday just to say happy birthday. You know what I'm saying? Because there are those people hey, auntie, I'm looking at you. You only hit me up every year on my birthday. I'm playing. No, but every, you got the same nigga every year who hits you up on this, on your birthday every year, just says happy birthday. And it's just kind of like, well, thank you. I, appreciate you taking your, but like also, but also like you just don't waste your time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, but it depends like how you're supposed to feel about that, right? Because like you don't deserve anybody's time, and you don't deserve anybody's like validation or anything like that. So the fact that they're taking the time out to at least just say happy birthday. That's why I said that. That's why I said appreciate it. You don't deserve it, but you don't really appreciate it. Like I said, we judge.
And they don't really give a fuck about your birthday.
But they took the time.
That's why I don't tell nobody my birthday.
Well, they're gonna figure out like
I don't tell anybody. I know I took my birthday off all my shit. I don't tell nobody my birthday. So then that way I did this 3-4 years ago. So that way whoever does text me on my birthday wishing me happy birthday, I know that they genuinely they genuinely know my birthday and they genuinely care. I don't give a fuck. Because I just don't care about all that nonsense. All that I never cared about all that extra Facebook notifications. Oh, happy birthday! I don't care. Like I don't care.
True.
I don't like to make my birthday a spectacle. I never. Like, I don't have, like, a party or nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, some people need the validation. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people are underappreciated.
Like those motherfucking people, who used to show up on their birthday with balloons at school. And they used to get all nice up and preppy. Came to fucking class wearing a crown, walking around with balloons, donuts that their fucking friends bought them. Hey, stay home. That's what I used to do on my birthday. Stay home.
I feel like this guy is...
That used to piss me off. No, not jealousy. Every single time. Because it's so annoying because you would walk down the hallway and you have a big-ass dozen balloons that you bought yourself. You're not fooling anybody. You bought yourself them on the dollar store on the way to the store. No. The bitches.
Nah, I just seen like people like I'm waiting
some, but a very select few get birthday balloons brought to them. Others just show up to school. Oh, my mom bought these for me, so cute. Then leave it at home. If your mom bought you something, showed it to you in the morning. Don't bring it to fucking school. You're walking around with a dozen balloons, smacking each other all around yourself. You're taking up all this extra room in the hallway because you think you're walking around like the mean girls with your posse side by side because one of them's holding your fucking cupcakes. You got your dozen donuts. She's got your bag with a fucking stuffed animal in it. And you're on the way to second period computer class at 8:30 in the morning. Bitch, I'm going to pop all the balloons. I'm going to cut the strings and they're going to float up and you're never going to see your fucking balloons again. Throw a party at home. Nobody cares. That pisses me off. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like weddings, though.
What do you mean?
Weddings are useless.
Yeah, just to get eloped.
Nah, weddings are just for females. Like, men don't care about weddings, bro. Like, females just care about what everybody's thinking about. Like men, for example, when we celebrate our birthday, we're not carrying the blues, but we see it as a burden, right?
That is. I don't give a fuck who.
Like I would it would be nice for the first day, but after like first period, when the bitches I get stuck in the doorway, I gotta wait for people. I would get pissed. And hey, yo, Mr. Jones, let me leave these fucking balloons in the class because I'm about to pop them. I can't walk around with these. But think how expensive like weddings are, and most men are paying for that. So
well, no, the tradition is the bride's father pays for them. Is the tradition.
These bitches don't got dads.
Well, you marrying the wrong female.
We have a fucking single mother academic, and I'm just supposed to pick every bride that doesn't have a dad.
Yeah, it's Father's Day. It's happy Father's Day to all you single mothers out there.
And like I prefer women without their parents in their lifestyle. It's easier to manipulate in a certain way. Think about it, right? Because a lot of people hate their in-laws, right? And if I say what I think you just said. Yeah, listen.
I'm listening. They're all listening to this one.
It's going to sound fucked up.
Derrick's going to have an abuse.
So traditionally speaking, right, when a woman goes, marries a man, they get indoctrinated into the person's household, right? She's now a part of my family, right?
Yeah.
So I choose I guess technically but I would choose the path and, for our legacy and the future of our family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes with in-laws, they try to disrupt that path because they're not thinking on the same terms, right? Because in-laws just want a piece of what they believe is theirs, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Derrick has, such nice land. We should be able to build this on it or a retirement home. No, it's not. That's not how it's going to work. This piece of land for my son. You know what I'm saying? So, in-laws will try to reach their hand to a pot that's not theirs.
So her in-laws are gold diggers.
Not all the time, but like most cases, bro, like your in-laws, they don't agree with, the path that you set, for your family.
Yeah.
Because technically it's your family. You're supposed to be leading your family to a certain destination, right? And
yeah.
in-laws, for most times, so when they don't have parents, it's easier to get, that direction. You know what I'm saying?
Easier to manipulate, like you said.
Yeah, like manipulate, because that's the right word for it. I'm not going to try to butter up the, I'm not trying to sell snake oil, you feel me? I'm going to say the truth, what it really is. You're manipulating somebody to your dreams. Like, when I tell somebody about my dreams, right, and I say either get on the train or get off, right, I'm manipulated to my dreams. I'm not compromising. I'm not nothing, right? I got to coerce them. You know what I'm saying? It seems like sex, bro. You don't just have sex. You got to seduce. You got to, do all these things. But, like, people don't want to put these words on it, these labels. You know what I'm saying? They want to high bars, fucking smoke mirrors. Or
Derrick, this goes back to the question I ask every week: who hurt you? Bro. You just want somebody that you can just. All right, come on, we're going. Just a little.
Nah, like it's not even about like. That's just how I think. I don't know who. Like, why does someone have to hurt me to think this way, motherfucker? Like, if anything, I'm the hurtful one because I got these fucked up thoughts.
I know, but what caused you to have these fucked up thoughts? Because did you have a bad experience with a girl's parents? Did you meet somebody?
It's like rationalization. So, like they say, a wise man learns from others. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And a stupid person has to go through the experience themselves.
Okay.
So I could see throughout times and histories how things are things. Like how they came to be and why they're like that, right? Because you agree with me with the in-laws and those situations, even though you've never been married yourself before, because you can infer from the situation. Yeah. So a wise man just takes multiple situations and you start to see a pattern.
But it also goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like the wife doesn't like the husband's mom. That's usually the stereotype there.
But there's a reason for that, because the mom
tries to look out for the betterment of her son, and then she'll do the little shits, and then like, if her son's like tired or if he comes over and there he's like eating a lot, she's like, oh, do you not get fed a lot at the house? Like, sneak this. And then the wife's like, oh, this fucking old ass bitch. You know what I'm saying?
That's just because like there's not.
It goes both ways.
Like, a lot of these women are not traditional. So you got traditional women seeing modern women, right? So when they're antagonizing that behavior, because these modern women think they deserve, the traditional, I'm gonna take care of the household and blah 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 and shit like that. Like, I'm gonna pay all the bills and whatever, but you don't have to cook and clean. Because that's what modern women think. Like, remember the videos I was showing you?
I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this ring. It was literally a song.
Yeah, so that's the modern woman thing. And the traditional women are seeing that, like, they see you as a leech, basically. Because that's basically what you're doing. You're siphoning resources and time, but not contributing to the relationship. So that's how like, they get that back and forth, bickering, basically. But before we get canceled, let's end the episode there. I think it's episode 8. WTG
episode
Podcast.
8. This is the Derrick birthday special, Father's Day, Single Mothers special. Episode 8. Peace. Hey, it's your host Brad here. I want to thank you for checking out the video. If you like what you saw, make sure to subscribe, like, and check out the rest of the channel for more. Peace.